You feel stuck, you keep trying and failing, and you don't know why. Let me tell you about the Prophet Yunus. Yunus was sent by Allah to call his people back to truth, to leave their wrongdoing and worship Allah alone. He warned them again and again, speaking with sincerity, patience, and concern, but they mocked him, ignored him, and continued in their ways. Day after day, nothing seemed to change. The weight of rejection began to build inside him, frustration, sadness, and exhaustion. Eventually, without receiving a command from Allah, Yunus made a decision. He left his people behind, thinking that punishment would come upon them, and that his role with them was over. He walked away, carrying a heaviness in his chest, and made his way towards the sea. He boarded a ship, hoping to move on, to leave that chapter behind. At first the journey was calm, but suddenly the sky darkened, the winds began to howl, and the sea grew violent. Waves crashed against the ship from every side, rising higher and higher. The people on board panicked, fearing the ship would sink. In desperation, they decided someone had to lighten the load. According to their custom, they drew lots to choose someone to be thrown overboard. Yunus stood among them as they cast the lots, and his name was chosen. The people hesitated. He didn't seem like someone deserving of such a fate. So they drew again, but once more his name appeared. Then again, a third time. At that moment, Yunus understood. It wasn't random. This was part of something greater. Without resistance, he accepted it. He stood at the edge of the ship, surrounded by chaos, winds, waves, and fear. And then he let himself fall into the dark sea. The water closed over him instantly. The noise of the storm faded, replaced by a deep, heavy silence. Before he could even process what was happening, a massive creature rose from the depths and swallowed him whole. He wasn't crushed, he wasn't killed, he was alive. Inside the belly of a whale, everything was pitch black. No light, no sound, except the distant movement of water. He was surrounded by a layer of darkness, darkness of the night above, darkness of the ocean around, and the darkness within the creature itself. In that isolation, there was no distraction left, no people, no escape, no control. Just him and Allah. It was there in that depth of helplessness that clarity came to him. He realized he had left too soon. He had acted out of frustration instead of patience. There was no pride left in him. No resistance, just humility. So he turned to Allah with complete sincerity and said, La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minaz zalimin. There is no God but you. You are perfect. I was truly among the wrongdoers. He didn't ask for a way out directly. He didn't try to justify himself. He simply recognized who Allah is and who he was in that moment. Time passed in the darkness, but his heart was no longer the same. Where there had been a frustration, there was now surrender. Where there had been heaviness, there was now reliance. And Allah responded. He commanded the whale to release him. Suddenly, after all that darkness, Yunus was cast out into the shore. The light would have been overwhelming at first. His body was weak, drained from the ordeal. He lay there exposed and vulnerable. But Allah didn't leave him like that. He caused a plant to grow over him, giving him shade, protection, and comfort as he slowly recovered. Slowly, Yunus regained his strength, but more importantly, his heart had changed. He carried a deeper understanding now, of patience, of trust, of returning to Allah no matter what. When he was ready, Yunus went back to his people, and this time they believed. So why does this matter for us? With prayer, it isn't about being perfect or feeling something amazing each time. Yunus, our prophet, he was alone. He had messed up and he had no energy for long words. He said one line, one sentence, La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minaz zalimin. But his simple, honest connection was enough. I struggle with prayer. I think many people struggle with prayer. When you struggle with prayer, you don't need perfect focus. You don't need du'as. You don't even need to feel it at first. But you need to just show up, even if it's messy. Sometimes the most powerful prayer is literally just, Allah, I'm struggling. God, I'm struggling, but I'm here.